good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Ingram Jones, and I have on the line with me world-class trainer Abel Sanchez. Abel, how are you?
I'm doing great, Ingram. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you once again for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to Bayloric TV.
Not a problem.
Okay, Abel. First of all, I wanted to hear your thoughts on the fight between Cotto and Canelo and the outcome.
Well, I thought it went just like I had said in the previous interview. I thought that Canelo would be a little too strong. I thought it was a 50-50 fight, but Canelo's youth and strength would be the deciding factor, and that's exactly how it panned out, in my opinion. I thought the scores were a little wider than I saw the fight, but Canelo won. The right guy won.
Canelo came into the fight almost weighing 170 pounds, almost a light heavyweight. Is that even fair?
You know, that's the... unfortunately, the rules have changed in the last couple of years where the weigh is no longer in the day of the fight. But some guys like Canelo gain 15, 20 pounds, and it is a little unfair. But until the rule changes, we have to deal with that. That's part of boxing.
So, from what you saw of Canelo, is that a fight that you guys would welcome next?
Well, first of all, he's got 15 days to make up his mind what it is that he wants to do. If in 15 days he decides he doesn't want to fight Golovkin, that's okay with us. What we're looking for is to be undisputed middleweight champion. He wants all the belts, Golovkin does. And when he gets all the belts, then we'll take a different challenge after that. But Canelo's got, like I said, 15 days from the fight to make up his mind. If not, they'll strip it.
Okay. Now, I've heard reports. I don't know how true they are, so forgive me if they're not accurate. But I've come to ask you. I heard the constant back and forth between Andre Ward's camp and Gennady Golovkin's camp has been, Gennady should fight Ward, Gennady should fight Ward, Ward should fight Gennady, blah, 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 blah. It's gone back and forth. But I heard recently that Andre Ward was forced to move up to light heavyweight.
Well, first of all, there has been no constant battering between or bantering between Ward and the Golovkin camp. We don't care about Ward. Ward can do whatever the hell he wants. Ward is a guy that schedules a fight and gets hurt somehow. So we with the GGG team need to make sure that we have fights ahead of us and fights planned that are going to materialize. When you have a guy that's training for 6 to 8 weeks and then all of a sudden the opponent falls out for whatever reason, as Ward has done in the last 3 years, I think that only hurts our momentum. So we have not been going back and forth. Ward's been the one that's been using Golovkin's name to further his cause. And as far as being forced into light heavyweight, nobody gets forced to do anything they don't want to do. Obviously, Ward was sitting stale, sitting idle, and if he's going to sit around and wait for the opportunity to fight somebody, then he may be 50 years old. So he chose to sign a contract with HBO. The guy that HBO is looking to push and has been pushing is Sergey Kovalev. So Andre Ward being in the position that he's in and making the kind of money that he is, I'm sure that HBO suggested or demanded if he's going to move up to light heavyweight and get the kind of money that he wants, he's going to have to fight the best. And Sergey Kovalev happens to be the best. But that was Andre Ward's choice. It wasn't anybody else forcing his arm or forcing him to do anything. He made a choice to do it, and that's up to him.
Now, I heard stories. It was, if Andre Ward moved out the super middleweight division and moved up to the light heavyweight division, it makes it a clear pathway for Gennady Golovkin, and there's no more talk of Gennady Golovkin and Andre Ward because you guys don't want the fight. That's what I heard. That's why.
No, that's untrue. That's untrue.
Right.
That's untrue. We still have Andy Lee to fight for the WBO title. So we're talking about next year for us. The end of the year, even contemplating moving up to 168. But the point is, though, Andre Ward has 4 other champions, or 3 other champions at 168 that he chose not to even talk about to fight. There's guys at 168. If he's a 168-pound title holder who's a super champion, he's got 3 other belts or 4 other belts that he could go after. But he chose never to talk about those guys. You never hear him talk about DeGale. You never hear him talk about Badou Jack. You never hear him talk about Abraham. So why is he just concentrating on Golovkin or talking about Golovkin because he needs Golovkin's name to make himself relevant. He's nothing. And without talking about Golovkin, nobody wants to hear about Andre Ward's name.
Okay, so let's close the Andre Ward, completely shut that door. Let's move on.
Okay.
As you know, Andy Lee's fighting Billy Joe Saunders round the corner now. I know you guys have got an eye on that, and I guess by what you've been talking and the way you said to me before that Gennady's career is nicely planned a year or 2 years ahead, Andy Lee seems to be the guy that you guys would want.
Say it again, I'm sorry.
So that's all right. Andy Lee would be the guy you guys would be targeting.
Well, Andy Lee has expressed interest in fighting Golovkin. And if Andy Lee is willing to, once he beats Saunders, if he beats Saunders, then willing to fight us sometime in the middle of the year, I imagine that's a fight that's very possible. HBO would approve that fight, and I have no problem approving that fight. So it's just a matter of Andy Lee getting past Billy Joe Saunders. That's been an easy fight, but he should.
You think he beats Billy Joe Saunders?
I think he should, yes. I think that the quality, his experience, and the quality of fighter that Andy is, I think it's a little too much for Billy Joe Saunders right now. Maybe not in the next year, year and a half, because I think he's a growing kid who's going to get better. But right now, I think it's too much.
So what's your prediction for the fight?
I think it's a late stoppage or a decision, Andy Lee.
Okay. Big fight this weekend. This is what I really called you for. Klitschko versus Fury. How do you see this fight working out?
I think Klitschko's too much for Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury talked himself into a great fight, a great payday, but he's not on the level of Vladimir Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko will stop him late.
Why do you come to this conclusion?
You see the fight Tyson Fury against Steve Cunningham? That's a cruiserweight.
Mm-hmm.
They gave Tyson Fury all he could handle and dropped him in the second round. So you're talking about a heavyweight champion who's making his 20th defense, that is head and shoulders above every heavyweight in the world right now, who doesn't show any weakness, who's getting stronger and stronger even though he's getting older. He's just a better fighter.
Okay, I know you talk about Cunningham dropping Fury, and that was one of my big question marks about Tyson Fury. But if we look in history, I mean, people like Muhammad Ali got dropped by Henry Cooper, and Andre Ward got dropped by Tyrone Boone, and people get knocked down in boxing, but he's got up and won fights. Is that not a positive rather than a negative?
No. It's no. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that because he got dropped, he's got a bad chin, or it's a bad thing. It's a good thing that he got dropped. He understands that. But if Klitschko hits you, you're not getting back up. So if he's inexperienced enough to get dropped by Cunningham, Klitschko's going to destroy him. We're talking about two different levels.
That was my thought process. But then I've seen Fury's improved since that Cunningham fight.
He's improved how?
You don't think he's improved? Well, I would say he's improved. I think his boxing's far more mature than it was back then. I think he knows he can't drop his hands and leave yourself open.
Yes, but he's got Vladimir Klitschko in front of him now. That's a big difference in having Steve Cunningham or anybody else he's fought. He's got Vladimir Klitschko in front of him, and that's a big difference. But
what about a fighter raising his game to the next level and age? How do those things figure in?
You mean for Tyson?
Yeah,
raising his level,
age,
youth,
experience.
I don't think so much the age. I think that what happens with Tyson is that he's not getting the kind of fights where he's going to improve. He's going to learn.
Right.
He's not fighting often enough. Now, Anthony Joshua is a different guy. Anthony Joshua is fighting consistently, and he's busy. He's fighting every 3 or 4 months, and he's in there with guys that are going to make him improve and get better and better and better. Tyson sits around talking and doesn't fight. And when he does fight, he doesn't fight guys that are going to make him better. Steve Cunningham is not the kind of fight that Tyson needed in his career. He needed a heavyweight in the same realm as Vladimir, because eventually you're talking about matching them together. So you fight guys like Wack, like Pulev, like Dimitrenko, some of those guys that are 6'7", 6'8", and see how you deal with them. That's how you determine whether you're going to be able to deal with Vladimir Klitschko, even though it's a different animal.
See, all these things you said, I've put this towards Peter Fury, and I've also put it to Tyson as well. He knows. I've said it to his face. Now, the fact that he hasn't fought tall men, which is something that a lot of people on YouTube are saying, a lot of critics are saying around the world. But I've looked at it another way and said, well, okay, he hasn't fought a lot of tall guys in his professional career, but also if you're preparing as a trainer, how do you prepare for somebody who you don't have much footage of fighting tall men?
Understand that you can spar all the tall men you want in the gym. You can do all you want in the gym with tall guys. But until you fight a tall guy, it's totally different. The ring with small gloves is totally different. Now they're trying to hurt each other. And as far as Peter Fury doing what he's doing with Tyson, every coach has their own opinion. Every coach has their own methods. Not saying that it's wrong, but in my opinion, you need to prepare yourself by being in front of the same kind of opposition you're going to get when that time comes. If he doesn't, then it's going to be new to him when Vladimir is hitting him with 10-ounce gloves and nobody to say time out or hold on because somebody got hurt. The referee ain't going to hold nobody back, and the referee's not going to hold Vladimir back. So, but again, Peter Fury, the coach, has got his opinion on how he wants to do things, and that's okay. That's okay. But I think fight night, you'll see what the difference in caliber will be.
Okay, so you'd be shocked if Fury were to put it on Vladimir.
I think the boxing world will be shocked.
Okay. And finally, another fighter that you've spoken a lot about, Chris Eubank Jr. fights Spike O'Sullivan.
Well, that's a good fight. I think that I haven't seen Spike fight. I've heard about him. I've watched him on YouTube. I haven't seen him fight like in a fight lately.
Yeah.
But both of those guys are guys that got beat by Billy Joe Saunders.
Right.
So both of those guys are a level down from, say, Billy Joe and Andy Lee.
Right.
But we'll see if what English, as he likes to be called, has been predicting and has been saying about his son. We'll see if that's true. I think I see it as a competitive fight because both guys got beat by Billy Joe. So it's a fight that neither guy has demonstrated that they're above the level that they're at right now. But the boxing ability of Eubank may be the telling decision why he wins the fight. But if he struggles against Spike, then what are we talking about? He's a C-level fighter.
Ouch. Okay. And Anthony Joshua, which you referred to earlier on, we'll close with Dillian Whyte. Big fight in London.
Ooh, that's a good fight. That's a very good fight. I think that isn't that some kind of grudge match because in the past they fought each other or they sparred each other. Or
in the amateurs.
Yeah, I saw Dylan fight a couple times on a show that I was present at, and he's a big guy. He's very skilled, but I think Anthony Joshua right now is showing signs of being probably the best or one of the up-and-coming prospects in the heavyweight division that may challenge Vladimir or some of those top-level heavyweights.
So you rate him highly then?
I see Joshua just being a little more skilled and a little more prepared for that level.
Okay, David Haye?
No, David's been out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who he's going to fight in his first fight out.
Mark Demore.
Mori?
Mark Demore.
It's a fight that he should win. It's a fight he should win easily. But he has been out for a while. But David's very skilled. If he has anything of the stuff, half of what he had before, he should do well in the heavyweight division coming up. How old is he now?
35 in January, I believe.
Okay, he's not getting younger, but I don't think he took a lot of beatings, and his career was stopped at a point where he lost one fight, and for some reason he decided not to continue. But he's a very good fighter. I want to see what he looks like in his first fight out. See if he shows any ring rust, and see if he shows any kind of deficiencies from what he had before. But David should be in the top 5 heavyweights in the world once he gets a couple of fights.
King Kong, Bryant Jennings.
That's a great fight.
Oh.
That's a great fight. I think Ortiz will finally face somebody that has got quality behind him. Brian is a good fighter, not a big puncher, a very good boxer. He gave Vladimir 12 rounds of real good work. But I think in this one, Jennings outboxes Ortiz. It'll be awkward at the beginning because of the southpaw stance, but I think Jennings outboxes Ortiz.
Okay. Abel Sanchez, thank you so much for talking to Bayloric TV. We really appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a great day, and say hi to all the UK fans from you.
Thank you so much, Abel. Will you be bringing? Will you be bringing?
Pardon me?
Will you be bringing Carson Jones to England anytime soon?
You know, Carson hasn't called me, so I don't know if he's getting anything together. So I don't know, but you know, he's my friend, and I help him in any way I can. Doesn't matter to me who he's fighting.
Okay, all right.
Thanks, Ingram.
Take care. All the best, Abel.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.